Welcome to Make Something with me, David Picciuto, and once again, we're going to make picture frames, but this time, we're gonna batch out a whole bunch for my family for Christmas. And we're gonna add some special meaning by personalizing them. Check it. I got a whole bunch of scrap wood in here. And I think we're going to use some mahogany and maybe some maple. We're gonna do a really cool special technique where we glue two contrasting pieces of wood together, and they're gonna be different sizes, and that's also gonna create the rabbit for these frames. I got a bunch of mahogany and some maple. If you need some hardwood, check out Kencraft at kencraftcompany.com. For the mahogany part of the frame, I want 3/4 inch material. So I will probably take this mahogany over to the table saw and just cut 3/4 inch strips. Then we'll inlay some thinner maple, probably a 1/2 inch. We'll see, I gotta figure that out, into that. And that's going to create our rabbit and some contrast. We gotta plane this down, that's just rough. Like your grandma. Let's plane that down. Let's cut some 3/4 inch strips and go from there. Stop throwing wood. So we have all of our mahogany cut for the outside. I want to do a contrasting piece of maple for the inside. So I'm going to route a dado in there and then cut this down to size to fit in there. And that is going to be not only decorative, but on the other side, that's also going to give us our rabbit, which is going to be really cool. And it fits in that groove just fine. Before I glue them in, I want to round this over right here. So we're going to take this over to the router. Now we got a little round over on there. Just going to glue this guy in. This would have been a lot easier if I had one long piece of mahogany, but I didn't. Run what you brung. We're just gonna let that dry. Once that does dry, I think I'm gonna run this on the table saw just to clean up this edge to make sure that they're all the same width. This is my picture frame making sled. I've got a video on how to make this sled linked down below. The great thing about this sled is it cuts perfect 45 degrees. It's got a nice positive stop, and you don't have to do any special math. Because your rabbit fits over the ruler, you can set your stop to the exact size of your artwork, no matter what size your rabbit is. I've got a ton of videos on making picture frames, so I'm not gonna go into any more detail here. If you wanna check them out, links down below and at the end of the video. We're gonna let Dan do his thing. Dan, you ready?
Yeah.
He's ready. When I first got started in woodworking, I used my website to document my progress, and now I use my website to share that knowledge with you and sell both digital and physical products. So whether or not you need a website for personal or business use, Squarespace is the solution. You know that I am all about beautiful design, and their templates are absolutely gorgeous and perfect for showing off your projects. And your website will reformat itself to look great on any device. So if you're out and about and you meet a potential customer and you want to show off your woodworking on your phone, the images will resize to take advantage of the screen size. That is called responsive design, and that used to be a hard thing to do. I know because I used to be a web developer. Squarespace takes all of that out of the equation. You don't even have to think about it. You can easily import content from your favorite social media sites or auto post to places like Facebook and Twitter. This makes your website and your social media work together to show off your woodworking. All of my sites have been Squarespace sites for years, including makesomething.com and makingitpodcast.com. That's because I really do love the service. It just makes my life so much easier. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, visit squarespace.com/makesomething for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Pose. 3, 2, 1, pose. 3, 2, 1, pose. 3, 2, 1. I don't know. High five. That's I made a whole bunch of these for my family for Christmas, and then I'm also taking this little photo printer with me. So after everybody opens their gifts, we can take family photos, we can have a good time. You can transfer the photos from your phone to this guy. So it's going to be super fun. I'm gonna lock this in there with this guy right here. This is fun. That is a gift that actually means something.
Clark, that's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
And you can remember your Christmas day with your family, just like I will always remember this day with Camera Dan. We could have been in frame. That would have been nice. That is it, folks. We'll see you next week with a brand new video or project. I don't know what we're doing yet. Dan, you know? Mm-hmm. Dan knows. So I'll talk to Dan later. As always, be safe, have fun, stay passionate, and make something. Just so you know, I put the photo down and then the piece of acrylic, so there's no protection. So, yeah.
Protects the back.
Protects the back. You know, you would think after doing, how many picture frame videos have we made? 16, 17? We would know how to do this by now. A glass acrylic first, then your photo, then you call it a day. Get in there. Get in there.